World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for Meditation a Day. Today we're doing what we call meditation excavation, where we are just going to go into meditation with you right here, right now. We invite you to join us, and we'll just share with you the messages that Spirit has for us, and there's always messages. So we can just get started whenever you're ready, Teri.
Ready. I was just sharing it to my page.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Oh, let's breathe. Don't know how many times I have said that this morning. Just breathe. Breathe into your heart center. That is the connection. When you breathe in, just visualize it as this golden stream of light coming right from the Creator, going into your heart space. And let's start with asking the angels to come be with us and invoking the energy of Archangel Raphael from the east, Archangel Michael from the south, Archangel Gabriel from the west, and Archangel Uriel from the north. And Uriel is the angel that helps us balance and center, guides us with our energy down. So let's do that with the breath as Uriel guides us down, down, down through our root chakra, at the bottom of our feet, and into Mama Gaia's energy, going right to the core of Gaia, connecting in with that crystalline center. And then breathe that energy back up through your body and into your heart space, anchoring it there to feel more centered and balanced while we do this work today. Thank you, Uriel, for the guidance. And with the next breath, we're going to center our focus upward, up and out into the universe. See that stream of light as a channel coming from your crown chakra, the white light reaching up to the Creator, to the divine, asking that all of divinity just look on us as we do this important work today. I'm already feeling Divine Mother surrounding us all, Christ, the Holy Spirit entering into that channel of light, ascended masters, loved ones, angels and archangels. Let's breathe that as that channel of light brings it right to our heart, connects it in with the earth energy, giving us a balanced state, connecting from earth to the divine, and bringing our focus now on what we need to hear, what messages are there, what visions and visualizations will help us to understand the message more fully. So thank you, angels. Thank you to God, the Creator, and to all of divinity that's here with us right now. Just keep breathing in slowly, methodically, and your breath will fall into a rhythm that's your natural rhythm. And go with us on this journey today, wherever it may lead. We have no clue, but we just open to what Spirit shows us. And thank you. Thank you for being here.
All right, thanks. So they didn't waste any time, and I'm thinking this may be a continuation of our Sunday meditation, because went right back out to the pyramids, and then they showed me our boardroom, which has delightfully shifted to an outside mountain setting with a fire pit roaring, and they brought the pyramids to our boardroom. So to catch folks up, in the last meditation Teri and I did, the guides were showing us that Teri and I being requested to actually go to the pyramids, go to a water blessing on the Nile, do a land blessing in Luxor, and they've brought us back to that high vibrational energy of being in that space. And they said that space of purpose, potential, and intention. They told us to work on the ley lines connecting Syria, Jerusalem, and Luxor. Oh, Teri, I think we're supposed to do that now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to need you to help orchestrate that.
Okay, so again, your breath is going to be what elevates you. We're going to raise our frequency as if we could actually float up above these areas. And let's call in Metron because Ruth and I were given specific instructions for working with this energy. So Archangel Metron, we're invoking you to bring in that crystalline grid from above, from the universe, the ethereal realm, and calling on Sandal to bring up the crystalline grid of earth. So these two powerful angels work very well together, and they help us to understand more about opening the portals so that the energy is transmuted. Whatever needs to be lifted through those portals will be. So that's our intention as we go to these areas that Ruth mentioned. So let's breathe in. As you breathe, see the portals opening up in these three areas. I'm not hearing the starting point, Ruth. I don't know if you're getting that.
Teri, remember I was telling you the dream I had last night where literally it was just stepping into a new dimension?
Right.
And they said, do that. So, friends, if you're having a hard time imagining or seeing the things we're talking about, just imagine yourself just taking a step and stepping into this place. Step into a new dimension. I see me standing at Luxor. I can see you in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. Ruth, I remember we have specific guides that also are working with us, and we're embodying their energy as we do this work. And there was a reason I reached out and picked up my Kuan Yin stone because that's who's working with Jerusalem.
Just double check. I think it was it Michael and Divine Mother?
I believe you were working with Divine Mother, and Deb was working with Christ.
Christ. All right. I didn't think Michael sounded right, although he's always there.
This is interesting. So we had talked about how it's an interesting triangle.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking
we
that.
told us to stop that, to stop looking and trying to make something to be what our vision of it is, but look at the energy. So I'm seeing it now as the energy of these three places, and they placed almost like a steering wheel that encompassed all three, and the wheel is starting to turn. So I think that's the portals opening. Um, yeah, I'm sure of it. And was it, uh, testing my brain here, but I think it was Ezekiel that talked about the wheels turning in the sky.
Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of
Yeah.
this.
So
Yeah.
that's what they, oh, I got chills. That's what they just showed me, was this big wheel that encompassed all three of these areas in the circle of it. And it's turning. It's not a fast turn, it's a slow turn to open those portals and connect all three areas. Hmm.
What in the world did that song mean? What?
I'm just being the observer right now. And they tell me not to hold on to the steering wheel. I'm supposed to stay present where I'm at, my energy focused on Jerusalem. Ruth's energy focused where she's at. And I know Deb's with us in spirit. That's the third of our triad that's working on this.
I'm seeing the crystalline grid like under our feet as we're doing this.
Yeah, they're bringing those three areas into alignment with the portals of the etheric, which is Metron's grid, and the earth grid, which is Sandal's, so that they line up perfectly for that energy to take on, just like we did when we centered and balanced and brought in both of the energies into our hearts. We're now lining up those portals for these areas to do that as well, connecting the earth to the divine. So we know that there's history with these three places. And we know that anytime there are events that happen, there's an energetic imprint in those areas. And some of that was really not good, to use something that I don't like to do is compare good, bad, but it wasn't high vibrating energy. And that's kind of stuck in these three areas. So that's what they've asked us to do, is release that energy, to work with the energetic footprint and clear anything that's unlike love, anything that's not of God, of the divine plan for these areas, because we all know there's so much turmoil and chaos, and has been, I think, from almost from the beginning of our history that we know about these places. So we're asking everyone listening and participating to raise your vibration, and let's set the intention that anything that is not of God's love, anything that's not of love and light, is now being lifted through these portals and transmuted into positive And I just felt a whole legion of angels come in to help out with this. Oh, that was powerful to see them all just arrive in divine time.
I'm thinking that's the 500,000 Earth angels.
I believe it is. And they're the ones that's holding the wheel. We're not to. We're to keep our stance, keep our space where we are, and let the wheel turn. And isn't it interesting when we think of like a steering wheel in our car, and we always have to have our hands on it? We have to control that vehicle. But this is a vehicle that's controlled by the Creator. So we're just allowing the angels, which are messengers and helpers here. And it kind of sped up a little bit, Ruth, when they came in. I think it's going to keep turning. I don't think it's going to come to a place where it's going to stop, because it's that movement that's going to move the energy up and out. So I'm hearing to give blessings into each of these places. So since I'm standing in Jerusalem, I bless this area. I ask for any energy that's not of divine, that's not in the divine plan for this area, to at this time leave through the portal, and for an energy of love, peace, joy to come forth and spread throughout this whole land. Any vows, agreements, anything that was done outside of God's will, outside of the divine plan. At this time, we are creating an energetic field where that can lift. It doesn't change any happening or event, but we're moving the energy of it up and out. And we ask for help from all who are listening. The angels are already, I see them like taking their hands and picking up pieces of just a handful of dirt and then sifting it back down and raising their hands up like they're pushing all of that, what I would call crud, all of the stuff that needs to be transmuted. They're lifting that so it will go into the portal that Metron is holding. So blessings on Jerusalem, every inhabitant, all the generational energy that has been sent forth through DNA, through the generations going forward. And we ask for the angels to send that even further forward to the children and the children's children. Anyone who will walk on this soil, may you be blessed, may you be at peace, and may you be well, safe, protected, and guided. And so it is. And I just saw Divine Mother. She walked over to Jerusalem and just sprinkled some holy water over the whole area. That was kind of like the final touch.
So looking at Luxor, I was seeing Divine Mother at Luxor as well.
Yeah, she's very present with you now to clear that energy.
And I'm seeing energy coming up from the ground to be cleared. Different timelines, bloodshed at times, grief. I guess that's the grief I felt earlier, Teri, come in. And it's like the earth is being rototilled very, very deep to get to all of the layers when humanity has been in Luxor and in that region. And as it's being tilled up, and I'm watching the angels, the earth angels, help with that, I can see the energy. Energy's being released. Anything that does not serve humanity, anything that is not divine love, anything that is not divine light, being released. Any cords being cut from past hurt, past pain. Archangel Michael is assisting with this. It looks like, I don't mean to say the Grim Reaper, but that sickle, is that the word that he carries that cuts wheat?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm struggling with words. That's what Michael is using to cut any cords of past pain, past anger, hatred, racism, slavery. Healing of the Nile. It's part of that, part of this. And as they're lifting the energies from the Nile, I'm seeing fish jumping. I don't know how prolific the Nile is with fish, but right now they're happier. I just heard the term the stain of humanity. Yikes. The stain of humanity being lifted off this region and the Nile. Going all the way up to Cairo. And as they're releasing the old, energies coming in from source to replenish, nourish, uplift humanity, the animals, the land. And a blessing for future generations, the children. I'm watching as Metron is figuratively above us. And I'm seeing the grid below. They had asked us to work on the ley lines. And what they had shown me earlier, Teri, when you saw the wheel, I saw like the shape of a crescent moon. And those three areas, Syria, Jerusalem, and Luxor, could kind of make a crescent moon shape.
Mhm.
So that's interesting. They just said fertile region, like they're making that crescent moon shape a fertile region. And I'm seeing that it's fertile not just for things to grow on the planet, but also for humanity's outlook. And I'm seeing strife between those areas, and they're helping to release that, and some of it very long standing. And as that region is being cleared, I can see that the energy is flowing up toward Jerusalem, sort of clearing that path between them. And reaching up towards Syria. And Teri, I'm seeing the crystalline grid above that, and I'm seeing different light workers that we know on points of that grid to help bring these three areas together energetically.
See the angels on that path connecting all three.
Yeah.
But I also saw the same thing I did in Jerusalem, where they scooped up some of the sand in Egypt and just kind of let it sift through, and any residue, which would represent the strife, the things that had happened, what do they call it, the human stain, or the
The
stain
stain of humanity.
of humanity. Um, they're just letting that rise up through the portal. And Metron's helping to take that out to the universe to be transmuted. So it seems like it's a real ritual that they're showing us and presenting to us, that when we physically go to these places, we can not only leave behind a crystal to connect into the grid, but also to do that, to sift the dirt, the sand, whatever's on the ground, and release that stuck residue that's there. That's part of the clearing.
Teri, would you do Syria?
Yes. So let's pull our attention now. Let's see the angels guiding us the path, going from both of these regions and connecting in with Syria. And here we have Christ working with this area. So just feel into his energy, the energy of unconditional love, forgiveness, no judgment. And let's just look at what's happening with the angels who have now gathered here to clear the area of anything that's left behind as residue, where there was fighting, wars, conflict. And I see Christ just kind of making his way through this crowd of angels and stepping to the very center of where they are gathered. And this must be the heart of this place. So standing at the heart of Syria, it's like when he would walk with his disciples and command their energy. He's doing that now, just commanding that the energy be focused on love. Let's feel into that. while he's doing that, the angels are doing their ritual of sifting up the dirt, lifting it into their etheric hands and letting it fall back down to the earth. And Christ is pointing upward, so he's helping them to pull it through that portal that is aligned up above in Metron's grid. And it's taking anything, any vows where the people in this area have agreed to battle, to fight. I'm hearing to stand up. So I think there was an energy of maybe being pushed down at some point in their history. And so we're releasing anything where they were made to feel less than, where there was an energy of poverty or not feeling good enough, not being seen and heard. We're releasing anything that was unlike love, anything that was out of God's divine plan and divine will for this area, and allowing it now to flourish, allowing it to be what it was meant to be, a thriving community, a thriving area for any who enter and walk on this land that now has been cleared by the angels, cleared by Christ. And let's pour love into this area of earth. I feel Gaia so strongly there, just wanting to pour the love in, bringing up the beautiful energy from the crystalline center. It feels very, very rich down in Gaia when I focus in here. Usually I see the gemstones, which I do, but there's like gold and silver and all of this element of royalty and just really rich energy as it moves up and into the hearts of the people to show that they are worthy. This is what Jesus really is trying to portray to everyone in the area. You are worthy. Be blessed is what I'm hearing. Go forth and be blessed. And may your children be blessed, and your children's children, and any who enter this area. Let them come in with the intention of love. Let strife end. Let battles end. May the neighboring countries come in with a sense of joy. Let happiness and joy prevail in this area. And as it connects to Egypt, especially to Luxor and Cairo, and to Jerusalem, may this triad of energy keep flowing love back and forth, letting that beautiful wheel keep turning to each one with blessings coming down through the portal energy. I saw Jesus just fold his hands with the message of, so be it, it is done, it is done, it is done. I just heard him say, go forth and remember. We're to remember our magnificence. Remember why we're here. We're here on purpose to shine our light for each other, to love each other.
So, Teri, I see us back at the boardroom. And just reminding you, Teri, and telling folks if they weren't with us on Sunday, I had asked at one point, do you need us humans for these things? And they said, no, we don't need you, but we're allowing you to participate. And I think this is one of those opportunities where we got to observe, we got to participate. They didn't need us there. All we did was observe, really.
It was a I get to experience. We didn't have to do this. We didn't have to follow the direction, but we did. And when that happens, when you allow yourself to go into something with the energy of, I get to participate in this, what a blessing. What a feeling of accomplishment is what it feels like, Ruth. Like there was something that transpired here that we got to see firsthand, and anyone listening got to see it and participate in it firsthand.
And remember, Teri, when I said, I don't think this will be the only time we'll be doing something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And what they just showed me, so remember I said it's like a crescent moon shape?
Yeah.
And what they just showed me was a larger, much, much, much larger crescent moon shape that starts higher up north and goes further down south. So I think they're lining up to have us do different sessions, all with the intention of healing humanity, the planet, nature. Well, we found, I'm sorry, Teri, go ahead.
Bringing in peace. That's the goal.
Yeah.
You know, that's all that the Creator wants for us, is to be able to live in peace together without all that conflict.
And what we have learned is when spirit guides us through something and we willingly accept and go along and observe and participate, then they bring in something else. It's like they said, okay, we trust you. You show up, you come to the table. Now let's move on and do something else. And that's what I see that they're wanting to do. Having faith in the process, having faith in the guides, and believing that they want what's best for humanity.
I'm certainly all in. It's part of my life purpose. I can't think of anybody I'd rather be doing this with than you.
Mm-hmm.
So beautifully orchestrated for us to have connected and to do the work that we do.
Well, April 22 here at Enlightened World Network is what we're calling a day of love for the planet. We think every day should be Earth Day, so it's not such a special day in that means. But Teri and I will be doing event that day with, I think, 8 or 9 different light workers. And each one will be providing their own healing session of some kind for the planet. And Teri and I will be doing one, and I wonder if this isn't sort of setting the stage for that to happen.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Hmm. Teri, Divine Mother is sitting right here. She's thanking the earth angels. She's thanking Christ and Ezekiel and Sandalphon and all of the angels that have shown up to assist. And she's just giving us a head nod.
Yeah, it's not that they need to hear thank you, but doesn't it feel good when you get that gratitude that somebody expresses? So, yeah, expressing gratitude to the angels, it's a way of lifting the vibration even more. And they do what they do because of their love for the Creator. So I'm so grateful that they're with us and that we can learn more about them and feel their energy more present with us.
And so tonight, Teri, today is April 9, 2025. I know we'll have this on the website for a while, but tonight you are doing a special event with Archangel Uriel. And how can folks access that?
It will be live streamed on Enlightened World Network. We'll start at 7 o'clock. I'll do a little teaching about Uriel and how to better connect with the energy and just some little tidbits of connecting in deeper. And then there'll be a guided meditation with Uriel that he wrote and connecting in with his energy to receive it into our own energy field. And it's called an attunement or an alignment, whatever you want to call it. He just comes in and blesses each one. And you can just listen and make comments if you feel anything or you get any blessing from being there with us. And we appreciate you. If anyone does want to come on to the Zoom meeting, you're very welcome to be in the audience to maybe be there to feel it more fully. I don't know. I just feel it whichever way I'm doing it. If I'm listening online or right there in the Zoom call.
So
But
7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Yep.
sorry.
And you can see that either at Enlightened World Network on Facebook or on YouTube. So please check that out. Yeah, Teri, anything else before we head off for today?
Oh, just keep your vibration high. You know, there's a lot going on in our world right now, and we were led to these 3 areas to work with to really pull that vibration upward for them. But there's chaos and conflict in many, many places in our world. So keep your vibration high, and that does help. It goes into the energetic pool, that collective pool of energy. So the more you can meditate, put positive thoughts out, smile. You know, we have a friend, Marietta, that we love so dearly, and she uses SMILE as an acronym, and it's Spirit Magnifies Incredible Loving Energy. And that's what happens when we smile, whether we're just seeing our own smile reflecting back to us, or we're smiling at others that maybe it's the only one they see this day. So consciously put the smile on when you're around other people. It'll make a difference.
Lighten your own load as well. Yeah, absolutely. Teri, thank you so much for being here today. And friends at Enlightened World Network, it's a fascinating time. And if we allow ourselves to, we could get caught in all of the depth and all of the hurt and the pain. And we're choosing to raise our vibrations and walk deliberately with spirit through this. And we invite you to join us. We're here every single day of the year with a live meditation. So take good care.